Hello, good morning. I'm Lavea Churtico. Now let's tackle about Carl Rogers related research. Carl Rogers compares to Maslow's theory. His idea on the power of positive regard has generated quite a bit of empirical research. He broke his idea into two types, which are the unconditional positive regard and conditional positive regard. Other researchers have recently investigated Rogers' facilitative conditions, both outside and inside therapy. On the three necessary which self-discrepancy theory, self-ideal congruence for psychological growth were precursor to positive psychology, which supported by the modern research. Rogers emphasized the notion of incongruence between the real self, ideal self, and its motivation. To put it in another way, if someone's ideal self is similar to or consistent with their actual experience, then they are experiencing a state of congruence. However, when there is a difference between someone's ideal self and their actual experience, this is known as incongruence. It is very rare for a person to experience a complete state of congruence. Rogers on his proposal about the cornerstones of mental health was the congruency between how we really view ourselves and how we ideally would like to be. But if these two self-evaluations are congruent, then one is relatively adjusted and healthy. If not, then one experiences various forms of mental discomfort, such as anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. In the 1980s, Edward Torrey Higgins created a self-discrepancy theory based on Rogers' model. Higgins suggested that people who have a lot of self-discrepancy are more likely to have a lot of unpleasant emotions in their lives, such as anxiety and sadness. One area of research where Rogers' ideas continue to be influential is goal pursuit. Setting and pursuing goals is a way for people to organize their lives in a way that leads to desirable outcomes and adds meanings to daily activities. Rogers states that incongruence is a source of psychological distress who does not sufficiently overlap with his or her self-concept, and this incongruence can be represented in the goals the person chooses to pursue. Just like, for example, a person may pursue the goal to do well in biology but does not even like biology or may not even need it for his or her goal or being an architect. Perhaps this person's parents are biologists and it was always expected he or she would do the same even though the person feels that architecture is more exciting and fulfilling. In this example, biology is a part of person's self-concept, but architecture is a part of his or her ideal self. As a result, the incongruence between the two can be a source of distress. Critics of Rogers. Rogers' person-centered theory is one of the most meticulously crafted of all personality theories, meeting each of the 6 requirements for an effective theory admirably, which forms to ask by how will does Rogerian theory satisfy the 6 criteria of a useful theory? So first, does it generate research and suggest testable hypotheses? Second, we rate Rogerian theory high on falsifiability. Third, does person-centered theory organize knowledge into a meaningful framework? Fourth, how will does person-centered theory serve as a guide for the solution of practical problems? Fifth, is a person-centered theory internally consistent with a set of operational definition? Finally, is Rogerian theory parsimonious and free from cumbersome concept and difficult language? In a nutshell, internal consistency and parsimony are quite high as it is potential to be falsified and general research, and its ability to organize knowledge and serve as a guide to the practitioner is an average. Okay, so now let's move on to the concept of humanity. Throughout his long career, Rogers remained cognizant of the human capacity for the great evil, yet his concept of humanity is realistically optimistic. He believed that people are essentially forward-moving and that under proper condition, they will grow toward a self-actualization. People are People are basically trustworthy, socialized, and constructive. They ordinarily know what is best for themselves and will strive for completion, provided they are prized and understood by another healthy individual. Rogers believed that persons have the ability to change and evolve given the right set of circumstances. As a result, his idea has a high level of optimism. It also gets good marks for free will, teleology, conscious motivation, societal effects, and individual uniqueness, with the ultimate goal to become what Rogers referred to as a fully functioning person. Thank you.